Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon. Yellowstone Season 5, Episode 13 features a heartbreaking 1883 reference, what it means for its ending. Yellowstone Season 5, Episode 13 features a connection to 1883 that hints at the ending of Taylor Sheridan's hit neo-Western series on Paramount Network. In Give the World Away, Beth, Kelly Riley, and Case, Luke Grimes, both work to save the ranch in different ways with their unique strengths. Beth auctions off everything the estate owns in a massive sale that garners a healthy $30 million, covering the mortgage that pays the enormous Dutton Ranch tax bill. Meanwhile, Case progresses with his solution, tapping into Beth for business advice that could decide the fate of Yellowstone Season 5, Part 2. At the top of the outing, Case returns from his mission in Yellowstone Season 5, Episode 12, where the former Navy SEAL hunts Grant Horton, Matt Gerald, the man responsible for killing his father. Case threatens the assassin, counting Coop, at the end of Yellowstone Season 5, Episode 12, ensuring his family's safety. As Case prioritizes Tate, Brecken Merrill, and Monica, Kelsey Asbill, he devises a plan to sell the Dutton Ranch. Selling a vital family heirloom in Give the World Away confirms Case's plan will come to fruition, signaling the end of the Dutton family's land ownership legacy in Montana. Beth sells an important Dutton family artifact in Give the World Away. As Beth hosts the auction that will decide the temporary fate of the Dutton Ranch in Yellowstone Season 5, Episode 13, the property hands shepherd out all its property to the auction grounds, where bidders can pay top dollar for pieces of the Yellowstone. The merchandise at the auction includes the green wagon from 1883, in which James, Tim McGraw, and Margaret, Faith Hill, Dutton made their northwestern journey from Texas to Montana. After the auction, the wagon from 1883 is towed off in a black trailer, leaving the property for probably the first time in over a century. The wagon leaving the property signals that Beth is serious about selling everything that isn't nailed down at the Dutton Ranch. More than just a quick way to make money, Beth's efforts to sell Yellowstone property signify her willingness to part with her family's empire, and nothing could send a bigger message than Beth selling the heirloom. The green wagon in the 1883 Yellowstone story is the vessel of the family's original struggle. Their covered wagon was the first thing the Dutton family brought to Paradise Valley in 1883. Thus, the green wagon is the ultimate token of the Dutton family's legacy. It symbolizes the Yellowstone characters in 1883's journey searching for a better life. Also, the wagon is a reminder of the horrors that come with the family's legacy of land ownership in Montana, starting with James' dream. The wagon went through hell and back on the Dutton equivalent of the Oregon Trail, forging the Brazos, traversing the rugged plains, and barreling into Montana's Big Sky country. As James and Margaret traverse a harrowing path to Montana with their children Elsa, Isabel May, and John Dutton Audie Rick, the Duttons' green wagon is their home as they retreat into the Wild West. It is the Dutton family's vehicle to a brighter future and the roof over their heads, while transporting all their material possessions from Tennessee. Thus, the green wagon is critical to establishing the roots of Yellowstone's Dutton family tree in Montana. It reminds us of the family's conquest of prosperity, so selling the 1883 wagon suggests the sun is setting on the Duttons' empire. Featuring James and Margaret's prairie-straddling wagon in Yellowstone Season 5, Episode 13 makes the Dutton Ranch's prophecy more likely. In the 1883 Yellowstone prequel series, James and Margaret's daughter Elsa is shot with a poisonous arrow, and he looks for a final resting place for his daughter where the family can make their homestead. James meets a Crow elder named Spotted Eagle, Graham Greene, who tells James about the Paradise Valley, saying his people will rise and take it from him in 7 generations. James tells Spotted Eagle his people can have it when the time comes. Selling the original covered wagon with Case's proposal to give away the ranch represents the siblings shedding the burden of their family's legacy. While Case leaves his plans vague, setting up an enormous Yellowstone Season 5 finale, signs that he will give the land to the Broken Rock tribe exist, either directly or by passing the land on to his son. Therefore, it is fitting that the wagon leaves the property, signaling a new era for the Yellowstone Dutton Ranch. If they give the land away, the Duttons will have a new legacy, one they don't have to fight for. In Yellowstone Season 5, Episode 13, a poignant moment shakes viewers to their core as a heart-wrenching reference to 1883 surfaces, tying the Duttons' origins to their uncertain future. The series, which has masterfully woven a multi-generational saga, draws a striking parallel between the hardships of the past and the looming decisions of the present. The emotional callback not only deepens our understanding of the Dutton legacy, but also hints at a foreboding conclusion for the family's Yellowstone ranch. The reference, Elsa Dutton's enduring words. The emotional centerpiece of Episode 13 is a voiceover featuring Elsa Dutton, the young and adventurous daughter of James and Margaret Dutton from 1883. Elsa's tragic death marked the heart of that prequel, her poetic musings on life, love, and the land cementing her place as a spiritual guide for the Dutton lineage. Her voice, narrating a passage from her journals, overlays a critical moment in the episode when John Dutton, Kevin Costner, confronts the weight of his choices. Elsa's words, recounting the cost of settling the American frontier and the sacrifices her family endured, resonate with a haunting clarity. The land demands blood, ours, theirs, or someone else's. It does not care, but it remembers. This line encapsulates the cyclical nature of violence and sacrifice that has defined the Duttons' journey, from the perilous migration in 1883 to the modern-day battles over the Yellowstone Ranch. The significance of Elsa's perspective. The callback to Elsa bridges the emotional and thematic core of the Yellowstone universe. In 1883, her narration framed the settlers' struggles as not merely survival, but a profound connection to the land they claimed. Her words remind viewers that the Yellowstone Ranch was born of heartbreak, loss, and resilience, a legacy John Dutton has spent his life preserving. Yet, as Elsa's voice echoes through the episode, it becomes clear that the land's memory, as she described it, now threatens to become the Duttons' undoing. John's battle to hold onto the ranch parallels the existential trials James Dutton faced. The stakes, however, are inverted. Where James fought to build a home, John fights to keep one. This contrast underscores how history repeats itself within the family, but the outcomes remain uncertain. Elsa's reflection invites viewers to consider whether the Dutton sacrifices have come full circle, if the land demands their blood once again. Key moments in Episode 13. The reference is expertly interwoven into pivotal scenes. One such moment occurs during a confrontation between John and Beth Kelly Riley. Beth, whose cutthroat pragmatism has often clashed with her father's ideals, warns that the battle over the ranch might cost them everything. As Elsa's narration plays, Beth gazes out over the sprawling Montana landscape, her expression betraying a rare vulnerability. For a character often defined by her steely resolve, this moment reveals how deeply the weight of their legacy affects her. Another critical scene involves Case Dutton, Luke Grimes, who, standing on the edge of the Yellowstone River, reflects on his visions from Season 4. Casey's spiritual journey, intertwined with Native American traditions, has often positioned him as the Dutton closest to understanding the land's spiritual essence. Elsa's words amplify the poignancy of his inner conflict, whether to stay and fight for the ranch or to seek peace for his own family elsewhere. A foreshadowing of tragedy, Elsa's narration carries an undercurrent of doom that feels inescapable. Her observation that the land remembers evokes the unresolved conflicts and bloodshed that have stained it throughout the series. From Thomas Rainwater's Jill Birmingham ongoing battle for native sovereignty to market equity's relentless pursuit of development. The Yellowstone Ranch sits at the heart of a maelstrom of competing interests. Episode 13 subtly suggests that the Duttons may not survive this latest storm intact. This theme is further emphasized through flashbacks to James Dutton's Tim McGraw era, shown as fleeting, sepia-toned visions during Elsa's narration. These glimpses remind viewers of the family's humble beginnings and the sacrifices made to establish their legacy. By juxtaposing these images with the modern-day Duttons, the show underscores how the family's struggles are part of a larger narrative arc that may not have a happy ending.